Hi everyone, welcome to another video and thank you for joining me today in Bergh Apton. So today, as promised, we're going to have a look at the Bluebell woods behind Bergh Apton Church. I am actually parked in the church field right now. It's actually quite a sizable car park, as you can see. So come and join me as we walk through the woodland and the valley marsh and have a look at the flowers. Just to give you an idea of where we are here, we're actually in the Chet Valley area of Norfolk. So we're actually right here next to the church at Bergh Apton. As you can see, the River Chet going towards Howe and Poringland, and then back here towards Loddon and Chedgrave. And then here we are at the entrance to the plantation. If you just come out of the Churchfield car park and turn right, it's just a little further along past the map that I just showed you on your right hand side. So we've got a little notice board there. Got the entranceway here. Now this area is actually owned by the Bergh Apton Conservation Trust. The woodland area of it they actually bought in 1994, so they've had it since then. And dogs are welcome as well, as long as you keep your dog on a lead. So let's go have a look and see what it has to offer. We actually have two areas to explore here. So we have the church plantation that we are in, and also an area called Valley Marsh, which they acquired around about 2007. So the River Chet actually runs alongside the marshy area, which also contains some ponds and a platform for pond dipping. But this plantation part of it is actually about 4.5 acres. Now, if you're wondering when is the best time to see the bluebells come to fruition, basically it could be any time between late March and early May. It does depend how mild it is that particular year, and it also depends on where you are in the UK. So for example, in the south, where it tends to be a little warmer, they do tend to flower a little earlier. I've just stumbled across the first little crop of them in this little area here behind the church wall. So here they are. Bluebells are actually known by several different names, including wild hyacinth, woodbell, bell bottle, cuckoo's boots, wood hyacinth, and my personal favourites, lady's nightcap and witch's thimbles. So let's go a little further into the plantation and see if we can find some more. As well as bluebells, we actually have some gorse here as well. So predominantly oak and sycamore here, but there are gorse bushes as well, which have this lovely yellow flower on them. Here we are. So now we have come across an area where they are starting to really carpet the ground, as you can see. And this area is not exactly flat, and that is because it used to be used for gravel excavation. So you've got an unusual topography here, and that's also what caused the ponds in the valley marsh area that I'll show you later, because it's actually where the excavations met the water table. The average time in the UK for bluebells to bloom is the 14th of April, and today we are at the 20th. And a couple of facts that you may not know: they're actually illegal to pick or uproot in any way, and they take 5 to 7 years from seed to flower as well. Also, half of the bluebells in the world are actually in the UK. It's actually quite rare for them to be elsewhere. So I'm coming up here out of what must have been one of the gravel excavations, which is now full of that delight of the stinging nettle. So watch out, there's a few nettles and brambles here, as you can see. Look at that. That's beautiful. I'm not quite sure why it's there, but I saw a couple of other things that looked like wicker animals earlier. So I don't know if there's some kind of sculpture trail or nature trail or something here. Bluebells are actually one of the latest spring flowers to bloom after things like tulips and daffodils. And then once the canopy of the woods closes over during the summer and blocks the sunlight, then they die down. And they actually like to grow really close together. So that's how come they appear almost as if they're a carpet as you're walking through the woods. When you're negotiating your way through the woods, please do stick to the pathways when you're having a look at the bluebells, because they do take a long time to recover from any kind of footfall. So please try not to tread on them. Just having a look at the map here, just having a look at where we came from. So we came from the car park to the east of the church there, and we came down and around these wooden walk paths, and we are now here. We're going to take a little turning into Aldercar and then along to the Valley Marsh area, where we get to walk alongside the ponds and the dikes and the river and have a look at the pond dipping platform. Now the Valley Marsh area is actually 5.5 acres, and as I said before, it became part of the reserve in 2007. So to get there, we're just coming down this path and over this little wooden bridge. So if you get to the point where you see this little wooden bridge and this welcome sign as well, then you're heading in the right direction. Now, some of you, if you've seen my Hellington Corner video, will remember a little pile of stones, should I say, that I found here about a week or so ago, and they are still here. So yeah, it was a little weird, but I found it kind of fascinating. If you're into walking and you fancy a bit of a longer walk than a stroll through the woods, I did actually put that video up about a week ago, 10 miles from Hellington Corner, which is not far from here, and it does actually come through these woods. So check that out if you fancy that. And we're now going to head on towards the Valley Marsh. As you can see here, it can get a little muddy. So they've put these planks in and a few stepping stones here. So let's see how far we get. Well, when I first discovered this, it was by accident. I was doing a walk similar to the Hellington Corner one, discovered the woods and the bluebells by chance, and then happened to be coming through here, and suddenly there was this other area that opened up in front of me, and there were ponds and just all this open space and all the sunshine. So yeah, it's a tad muddy, but not too bad because we haven't had too much rain. So I'm just going to go for it in my trainers. Okay. So we're walking alongside one of the dikes here. And then I'm going to take you up to one of the main ponds. And that little wooden area you can see up ahead is actually the ponds dipping area. Such a nice day again. So we're in the week after Easter weekend now. Blue skies, about 14-15 degrees. I did bring a coat because I thought it was going to be a bit more shady and cool in the woods, but definitely not. It's really nice and warm. This area, when they first acquired it, was actually overrun by stinging nettles. It had just been disused after being used for grazing, and they had to clear all of it out, and they restored the ponds as well. This is where the gravel excavations met the water table, forming this pond here. And there's a little area if you wanted to have a little picnic, just have a little rest there, have your little tea stop. A couple of benches, tree stumps to sit on as well. So if you're coming with a group of friends, you've got a little area to rest there. And then this is the pond dipping area. It's just really pretty, so nice and peaceful. All you can hear are the birds. You can hear a couple of bees buzzing around. Got some horses in the background in the field there. Just really, really nice. I'm surprised there isn't anyone else here actually. With people having taken this week off, I've got the whole place to myself. So that's actually where we came from, down there, and we're going to take another little wander. So there's a pathway down here, and it looks like there's another bridge across here. Now last time I came here, I don't remember whether I actually went across there or whether it was a bit too boggy. So let's take a look. Got another little wooden bridge here across the second dike, so there's two parallel to each other. This looks relatively new actually. And there's a makeshift path here. Someone's popped some branches down. You can hear a chiff chaff there in the background. I think this is as far as we can go in this direction now. I like the variety of this place. So you've got the woodland and you've got the openness and the water as well. And if you're coming here and you fancy somewhere to stop for coffee and cake or something like that, there's actually a garden centre in the village called Green Pastures that I've been to a couple of times that's really nice. They've got a restaurant there, but you have to book because it's pretty popular. But you can go there for a tea and cake. They have a licence, so any non-drivers, if you fancy a beer, you can get one there. And it's a garden centre and a farm shop, and I believe a post office there as well. But I really recommend it. I'll link it in the description. This place is huge. I think I've come to the westernmost edge of it now. I definitely didn't come this far last time. So that's back in the direction where we came from. I've actually come out of this path here behind this tree. So I'm going to see if I can do a circuit and get back to the pond dipping area. I've come from over there where those trees are, and the path isn't quite as obvious coming back to the original area, but you do have this fence alongside you, so just follow that along. At first glance, this looks like the same bridge that we actually came over into this area. It's actually a different one. So we're just coming back over the water here. And I will avoid that muddy area because there seems to be a path going this way. Looks like we're heading in the right direction now. Not gonna lie, I thought I was lost there for a moment. But looks like we're right back at the pond again now with the dipping platform. So if it's been a really sunny few days, you could probably do this in trainers or walking boots because it's not too wet underfoot. If it has been raining at all, then I suggest maybe bring wellies or just really heavy duty walking boots so you don't get your trainers absolutely soaked. To round off today's walk, I'm having a nice little sit down on the bench by the pond just to take in the scenery and enjoy all the sounds of nature. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed the little stroll around the woodland and around the valley marsh. If you want to see more content like this, please do hit that subscribe button and the like button, and of course the notification bell so you know when I upload a new video, and I'll see you next time.